that it's very clear in the report that was written that there's very quantifiable information there that identifies less than 5% of the roof is in vulnerability over the winter months. And I think the next step would be, we've identified those locations, we know what the remediation process would be, to actually protect the public from those spaces if they are in the public areas, and to actually come up with a plan to how to remediate those areas immediately. In fact, if you read the report, you'll see that the majority of the spaces, the exhibit spaces where the public will be, are not identified as spaces where some of these vulnerable panels are. It's there's serious degradation of only 5% of the roof panels. In fact, it's less than that. And I would just consider anybody who's sitting in a building right now with a roof over their heads to think about, if they understood that 5% of their roof was in a vulnerable situation, what would they do? Would they shutter the entire place? Would they board it up? Would they stop everybody from coming in? Or would they simply protect the area that's vulnerable, allow people not to cross that area, and get to work fixing it? Absolutely. It's particularly heartbreaking for our firm. This was one of Raymond Moriyama's first projects. It was such a seminal project. It is here in the ravine system of Toronto, one of the most beautiful natural systems that actually is part of the defining landscape of Ontario. And for us to actually not have the opportunity to be immersed in the ravine like this and to discover nature and science in working in concert together through play and discovery and community is such a shame. And it really embodies the principles of our firm and the principles that our founder left with us as his legacy. I think that this needs to be a phased repair, because if we want to keep the building occupied, we want to actually strategically go in, identify the areas, and not do just a patch job. What we want to do is actually replace the areas of roof that actually need to be replaced, and the study identifies that the panels that are used in this system should eventually be replaced. And so is a phased process over time. And I've been using the example of the Toronto Reference Library, which is another project designed by our founder that we have renovated for the last 15 years. The doors were never closed once. And that is a true example of how you can keep a much-loved institution operational and available to the community while serious work is happening.